The IE's Best Mix, HOT103.9. I'm super excited to welcome a special guest who's on the line. She's made waves in the music industry with her hits like Elastic Heart, Chandelier, Cheap Thrills, just to name a few, and that's not even including what she's written for other artists like Rihanna, Neo, Beyonce. She has a song out called Together and has a big project coming out. I'm talking about Sia.
Yay! What an intro. Thank you.
You're welcome. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really excited about the new project, which is a movie, which I wrote and directed. I co-wrote with my best friend. I directed it by myself. It was my first thing I ever directed all by myself. And then I wrote all of the songs for it.
Wow, for your first big screen movie, you really took on the whole thing. So the movie is called Music. You wrote, directed, produced, and I heard you edited it as well, which you weren't too much of a fan of, but that's okay.
Yeah, it was a baptism by fire, and I loved every minute of it except for the editing, as you've heard. I hated that a lot.
And that's okay. It's because you're creative, and I feel like that uses a different function of the brain. I don't know. It sounds good, but I feel like I'm the same way. I love being creative, but when it comes down to editing things, I'll pass.
Yeah, I realized that was when I really, truly realized the value of Vincent Landé, my producer. The fact that he went in, well, I was just, after about a year, I was like, I can't do this. Just give me the movie that I wrote.
Well, you did it, and that's all that matters. Your first big screen movie titled Music, and it deals with autism in the family, and it stars Kate Hudson, Leslie Odom Jr., Maddie Ziegler, of course, who Maddie actually plays the character Music, who is on the autism spectrum. So now that this is all said and done, looking back at it, what is your proudest moment of it?
My proudest moment probably was when we got our feedback from the Child Mind Institute, which is who would say, this is a terrible representation of, this is it's not accurate, or it's not. They gave Maddie 100%.
100%? That's huge.
She cried, so did I. And because at the beginning, she had cried at the very beginning, on the first day of rehearsals, and Kate hadn't arrived yet. And she came over because I got her little house across the road from me. So she came over the road. I said, my honey, what's wrong with you? I can tell something's wrong. And she just burst into tears, and she said, I just don't want anyone to think I would ever be making fun of them. And so she's such a gentle heart. And I said, I will never let that happen. I promise I'll never let that happen. I promise you can have final cut.
Oh, that's so sweet. We're going to have more with Sia coming up in just a few minutes. And I have to get to the bottom of this CC Watery story where she paid for people's groceries. So that's coming up next. HOT103.9, Sabrina here with you. So on the line with me, I have Sia. Yes, the Sia, the one that sings Chandelier, Cheap Thrills, Titanium. I could go on, but she has a new song out called Together, and a new movie that's going to be coming out very soon. It's titled Music. She wrote, produced, and directed it. But I have to get down to the bottom of this story. So a couple months back, you were out in Palm Springs, and you ended up going undercover as Cece, who won the lottery because you didn't want anyone to recognize you.
Yeah.
But you started paying for people's groceries.
I did. I was so bummed when she posted it. And even though even in her post, she apologizes and said, I'm sorry, but you have to get recognized for doing this. Because I'd asked, a woman had recognized me, and I'd said, please don't tell anyone, because I wanted it to be like proper altruism,
Yeah.
And I certainly, oh my God, my worst nightmare, to think that it had been like a publicity stunt.
Oh no!
So grossed out when I got caught. I was super bummed but I tell you, me and Selvin, my bodyguard, we had the best day that day. It was so fun. We started out at Petco, and then we realized we couldn't help as many people there. So then we went to TJ Maxx, and then someone in line there was really smart and said, why are you here? You should be at Walmart. That's where people need the money. And I was like, oh yeah. So we went to Walmart, and then we stayed there until about 3 or 4 hours, and until people had bought all the televisions and stuff. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to give my special prize to, I don't know, the survivor person I like best, or I don't know, I'm not going to be able to donate more to the Black Lives Matter movement, or I was just like, oh God, because when I said yes to technology, Some people just said, like, can we get technology? And I wasn't even thinking. And I said, yeah. So they were like buying televisions and stuff and computers and telephones. And yeah, I was a bit stupid. Next time if I did it, I would do it. So I'd probably say no to technology just so I could help more people with just their basic groceries and not get the line all clogged up.
Okay, so next time you're definitely making the modifications. Well, Sia, thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for chatting with us. Congrats on the new song, the movie that's coming out titled Music. It will be out very soon when it's safe. Thank you again for calling in. You take care.
Thank you so much. You take care now.